Hello, welcome to the Danesh Show. I'm Noah Danesh, and today we have a very special guest, Miss Porscha Coleman. Thank you so much for joining me.
Of course. How are you?
Very good, thank you. So can you start off by telling us about yourself?
Yes, my name is Porscha Coleman. I'm an actress, singer, dancer, and a TV host, and I started when I was about 7 or 8 years old.
What got you involved in the industry?
I won't say it was an accident because it definitely wasn't, but my aunt and uncle were actors, and they thought I should give it a try. So I went to an acting class, and right after the class, I booked an agent. They said, "We love you. Can you please come and audition for our agency?" And I got it. My first gig was actually a movie called Friday, where I was at an ice cream truck and I got like hit upside the head by Chris Tucker. I thought I was amazing at that point. I was like, I've made it. Life is good. Yeah, so it was my first acting job.
Mm-hmm. And what was it like acting while being so young?
Oh, it was so much fun. I mean, you're a little kid, you're on a movie set, and you have craft service, there's food everywhere, there's celebrities, and you get treated like royalty. You know, when you're kids, they have to, be aware of all the labor laws, and they have to make sure they treat you right. So it was a lot of fun. And ever since then, I got hit by the bug, and I've been doing that, and I'm not going to stop. I love it.
And you're so multi-talented. You dance, sing, an actress. Which one of those is your favorite?
You know what? I have to say music, because music, I think, is something that necessarily can't be taught. When you're a singer, you can't teach, Mariah Carey how to be Mariah Carey. You know what I'm saying? I think actors are also very special, but musically, you have to have that thing that really sets you apart from everyone else. So music is my heart and my passion. And hopefully, like I said, this year I get some songs out outside of the one I already had out with 3-6 Mafia that did really well. I want people to know the music side of me.
That's great.
Yeah.
And then, so what do you think was your breakout success? What performance or job?
Yes. I would say a few. On the acting side, I did a show called The Parkers, which was on UPN, and it was with Monique, a big comedian, and I had 2 episodes on there. I was guest starring, so we were in this episode, and she was like so mean to me. And I was also kind of mean back to her because, I was standing my ground and we lived together, and it was such a great time because Monique is a comedian. So comedians, you have to really know how to work with them because they'll just ad-lib stuff.
Yeah.
It might not be in the script and you have to just know what to do. So I had a great time with her. And then probably musically, my song with 3-6 Mafia was called Take It. It was on the biggest countdown show on BET 106 in Park, which was huge. And from there, I started working with Gym Class Heroes, Tyga, Busta Rhymes, and a lot of different artists. So a few things, but the biggest has yet to come.
Of course.
Yeah.
So what are you working on now?
Yes, right now I just shot a commercial actually with MC Hammer. We just shot a commercial that'll be out very soon. My music, like I said, I'm back in the studio doing some really killer tracks, and I'm doing a lot of Latin stuff, so people are really going to get to see the Spanish side of me. Yes, they are. And more acting. Like I said, every day you go out on auditions. Sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. So it's always ever-changing in acting because you never know what's going to happen.
So in an audition, what happens? Like, you think you did so well, but they don't accept you for the audition. What do you do? What's your advice?
That is the worst part. So I noticed that the ones that I really thought I nailed, I never heard back. Wow. The other ones where I was like, oh my God, this sucked. I was awful. Hey, you got the job. And I'm like, what? So it's kind of weird, and there's nothing you can really do to prepare because you never know what they're looking for. The very last part I went out for was for a guest starring role on a new show on HBO. And I already worked on Silicon Valley on HBO, so I thought, oh, great, this is good. First call was with the producers. They had me stay after. They had 3 girls. I was the last one there, and they're like, great, this is who we like. A couple hours later, I get a call, oh, hey, we went another direction, actually, but you were amazing. Oh. And it's like, So it's like it didn't come down to talent at the end of the day. You have to know that you're confident, and when you do a good job, it's sometimes bigger than you. You just never know what they want. That has nothing to do with you. So you just got to keep it pushing and go to the next job knowing that, okay, let me nail this one and hopefully it works. And
you were also on the TV show Hollywood Today Live.
Yes, Hollywood Today Live. Hollywood Today Live is a show on Fox, entertainment show. Super fun. It was myself and 3 other cast members, and we started it in 2014 on Fox. So we had a really good time from, we had the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. We've had on Terry Crews, so many different people on the show, and it's just really fun. You get to show your personality and, let other people come into your space. Mm-hmm. So like right now, this is your space. So I'm on your show, and it's so good when people come to your set and your show because you kind of have the control. So super fun, had a great time, and I'm looking forward to, everything that's coming up for me. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then now, so your mom, Miss Betty Jean Coleman.
Yes, my mom.
How did she influence you?
Wow, she's influenced me in so many ways. My mom used to be a singer. All my aunts and uncles were on tour overseas, so they already were into entertainment before I got into it on the music side. So, you know, when I come around decades later, it's a different generation, because now look at the access we have. We have cell phones, we have computers, we have YouTube, we have so many ways to get our content out there. You know, they almost didn't get the shine that they deserve because they didn't have the resources that we have now. So, you know, they're super proud of me, and my mother has taken me to all my auditions. She's gone late at night to go get outfits when I needed them for castings. You know, you need that support. You can't drive yourself to an audition when you're 15 years old. You know, you have to have someone go with you. So she's been a great influence, and couldn't trade her in for anybody. Like, she's amazing.
Who else do you think has influenced you throughout your life?
Yes, I would have to say my brother, my older brother. He used to play football. He was a football player, and now he went to real estate, and now he's like one of the biggest consultants there are for like Microsoft. So it's so good to run by, you know, my brother, who's like, you know, he's the guy in my life. You know, I can talk to him about anything from sports, entertainment, to personal life, and same with my mother. So it's just like to have a woman's perspective and a man's perspective is really, really great. So those two are the most influential people in my lives. Yeah.
And then, so now going to, where do you see yourself going in the future?
Oh man, you know what? The key word is future, and I love the fact that there are no limits to it. You know what I'm saying? I think when you definitely have to envision where you want to see yourself. Like, I see myself, you know, being on stage at the Billboard Awards. You know, I see myself winning a Grammy. I see myself being on Broadway. I see myself doing so many things. But I also don't want to put a cap to that. You know, I want to go to the moon if I can.
Yeah.
You know, I can't go now because, of course, it's really expensive. And how often do you know that people that go to the moon? I've never met anyone that went. So I like to look at things that's attainable, but also things that are also something that I like to be surprised. You know, I love surprises. This industry, so many times I've worked with people that I had no idea I'd be working with. Perfect example, I did a photo shoot, and it was with David LaChapelle, the huge photographer. Next thing I know, somebody calls me and said, "Do you know you're on a billboard with Kanye West?" And I was like, "What?" I was on a billboard for the MTV Music Awards next to Kanye West. Had no idea what was going to happen. You know, I just knew it was a photo shoot, and next thing you know, they put me in with him, and I was like, how incredible. So I love surprises like that because the industry is full of them, so you just have to be ready for it.
And so my last question is,
yes,
what is the best advice you've ever received?
Ooh, the best advice that I've ever received would have to be most recently from people that I work with on sets. You know, I always like to talk to the actors that I work with and different people just to say, what is it that you do to stay focused? Because, you know, it's Hollywood, it's Los Angeles. You can get distracted easily based on there's a lot of events to go to, and then you have to promote yourself on social media, but then you have to work and you have to have headshots. So I think the best advice would have to be from several actors and even a comedian that just said, stay true to your art form. And I got this actually just Friday from Dwayne Martin, you know, a popular actor who's on Real Husbands of Hollywood right now on BET. And he said, you could focus on social media if you want to, but at the end of the day, your talent is what's going to get you the role. Because so many social media stars are taking over, but at the end of the day, can they do the job better than, let's say, a real actor? Who cares how many followers you have? You have to have the talent.
That's some great advice.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining me, Porscha.
You're so welcome. I want to congratulate you. This is a great show, and have me back whenever you want.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And thank you for watching. I'm Noah Danesh. We'll see you next time.